Kevin Sidebottom, author of The Sales Process Uncovered. I'm a speaker, author, and trainer, and I go around the country helping sales organizations and leadership teams develop their sales process, make sure their sales teams all using the same process and moving forward with a common voice. It's helped a lot of organizations solidify and actually move fast with efficiency. Today I want to talk to you about developing a sales process. Now there's tons of different people out there with different sales processes, and it's okay. What mine does is it answers the 5 buying decisions that the customer has. And I structure the sales process with my clients on how to do that. But you need to be able to answer those 5 buying decisions. Okay? Number 1, the first buying decision is the salesperson, not the product. Typically, I'll see sales organizations focus on the product and not the salespeople. There's a lot of work that goes into making sure that the salesperson is hitting the mark with the customer. You know, we have 3 questions that everybody asks on every interactions. Do I like you? Do I trust you? And how can you help me? And we only get about 7 seconds. It's really fast. It's a natural question that we ask in the back of our minds. You've already asked it about me. Okay? And if I'm with you, I'm actually doing it. It's just a mechanism we had since the dark ages. So what we need to be doing is making sure we're focusing on building the right parts of the sales process. Now, going through the first buying decision, which is the salesperson, we need to make sure we answer those 3 questions. And you do that by making sure you have a plan, rolling out that plan, doing some investigation work on your customer to know who they are. And there's a lot of principles that I teach about how to get the liking and the trust building really fast and build rapport. I'm a specialist in building rapport quickly. Now, we want to make sure that we're doing that so that we can answer, do I like you, do I trust you? Later we'll answer the how can you help me part in the sales process. But the salesperson is number 1 when they come to buying. If they don't like you, they're going down the street to the competitor and they're going to use their product and service, which, you know, you've done all the work potentially to help sell it, but because they didn't like you, well, now the competitor just got the sale and it's a lot easier for them. So make sure that we're building that rapport and understanding it. And rapport is not just simply looking around the room, finding something in common and talking about it. Rapport is a lot deeper, and I go into that in my trainings, okay? So we've answered the first buying decision. The second buying decision is the organization. Yeah, that's right. Your organization plays a big factor, because if a customer comes in and buys a product or service from the salesperson, well, the salesperson could get hit by a bus tomorrow, literally. They could be gone, they could change to another organization, change a whole different field. It can happen and often does, but our organization is still there and they want to know that that organization is going to be around for a long time, but also is not just going to take their money and run. They want someone who's going to be there to partner with them and help them when they have needs come up in the future. So we need to make sure that when we're selling our organization. Got to make sure we ask those questions when we're in the interviewing process with the customer and verifying the needs and all that. So we got to make sure we do the support function and sell our organization. Now, the third buying decision is the product. That's right. Now we've finally gotten to the part where all of us know how to sell, typically. Unfortunately, a lot of organizations take that shotgun, cock it, and shoot at the wall, trying to sell features and benefits. Well, customers don't buy features and benefits. That's right. They don't buy features and benefits. They buy something that answers their needs. So we need to make sure that we're answering that. What are you doing to make sure you answer your customers' needs? And how does your product line up with that? And we map that out in some of my trainings that will help you make sure you're asking the right questions. And I love doing that. It's a great strategy session. And that's what you should be doing with your team. Bring in the sales team. Have them all sit down. Have them all strategize. the best products and features and how they answer those needs so we can draw out those questions. There's a lot of fun involved in that. So now we've gotten to the fourth buying decision, which is the price. That's right, the price. We got to make sure that we've answered all their needs. And if we don't answer them all, when we get to that price part of the sales process, well, guess what happens? They say no. They don't agree with it. They think it's priced too high. They don't see the value because we haven't answered the right needs by structuring our sales process correctly. So we need to make sure that we're hitting the mark when it comes to those needs that I talked about earlier. Now, if we hit those needs and they see the value, well, they're going to enter into that agreement and they're going to move into the fifth buying decision, which is the time to buy. Now, here's a little tidbit. At the very beginning, we need to understand the situation that the customer has and understand their timeline of when they plan to purchase. If it's not for another 6 years, are you going to go through this whole sales process? So we need to make sure that we're qualifying, the contact. We need to make sure we're understanding where we're at. Maybe just touch points for a little while until we get closer to that buying decision. Okay? So, but when they do buy from us, when they make that fifth buying decision, we don't just leave them hanging. There's extra steps that we need to make sure we're hitting on after the sale. Now, to give you a little story, I started off in the lawn industry and I sold outdoor power equipment. One of the deals I did was the first truckload deal of lawnmowers. So I get this truckload deal. The first thing I did is made sure I scheduled my time so I could be there when that truckload showed up because I was going to help unbox things. Okay? I was there making sure I was helping the customer after the sale. And I was educating their sales teams on how to sell it effectively, how to, ride the equipment and do it effectively. I was helping them and coaching them so that way they were going to be successful. Okay? Because the customer needs to be successful. Otherwise, they just bought another product and service that didn't help them. They're going to look for somebody else for a solution and start that cycle again. And you're not going to retain those revenues. So we need to make sure that we're helping the customer. So when we build our sales process, we need to make sure we're hitting all of those 5 buying decisions and making sure the customer is successful. Now, if you have any questions about this or want to research some of my trainings, check out the links below. Reach out. And I also do weekly blogs too if you want to read up on some of the topics. But I'm here to help you. Now, if you like this video and it was helpful, hit like and subscribe. It'll help everybody else as I get to more people. That's what I'm here to do, is help you and everyone else. All right? See you next time.